in. Okay, so find the ones digit. Find the ones digit, the units digit, of 9 to the 45th power. 9 to the 45th power. So first off, what do they mean by the ones digit? Do you understand what they're even talking about? Like, what if I had the number 27,486? For example, I'm just going to pick a number at random. What is the ones digit for that number?
Six.
Good. Exactly. They're just saying find the last number, aren't they? Does that make sense? The number in the ones place, not the tens place or the hundreds place or thousands place, just the ones place. That's what they're talking about. So be clear on the question first off. They're saying, hey, 9 to the 45th power. Now, how do we do 9 to the 45th power? Can we go 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9? 45 times? That's going to take a long time, isn't it? That's what that means, right? 9 to the 45th power. Doesn't that mean 9 times 9 times 9, 45 times?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so is there a way we can do that quicker instead of doing it all by hand 45 times?
You could use your calculator in order to help you find it faster.
Yeah, you guys know how to do that on the calculator? Do you know the power button? It's going to be different on each calculator. It's the up arrow on some calculators. Some calculators, it's like X to the Y or Y to the X. Some of them, it's X to the blank. It depends on the calculator. It's going to be one of those three, probably on almost every calculator. 10 to the power of 45. Then you hit equals or enter or whatever. And that way the calculator will do all of this for you super quickly. So I'm going to do it on my calculator. I just did it. I got 8.727,963,568. And then a weird thing at the back, E42. Okay. So you guys able to get that? 9 to the 45th power? Or whatever yours is. So, okay, so what's the answer to the question? What's the ones digit for that? No, that is 9 to the 45th power right there. That entire number, I mean, is, is 9 to the 45th power. So what's the ones digit?
I want to say it would have to be 8, but since there is e to the 42nd, which means there's more numbers after it, I can be wrong.
Yeah. Let's get to that E42 thing. What does that e to the 42 mean?
It's like saying times 10 to the 42nd.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, you guys remember scientific notation? I think, is that in this unit? Was that like one of our first homeworks in this? I can't remember if it was this unit or the last unit, but we did it a while ago, one way or the other. And yeah, it means that E stands for exponent. It means the power, the exponent on a 10. Some calculators actually write a little 10 in there for you. So anyway, it means times 10 to the 42nd power. Yeah, it's scientific notation, which we did a while ago. And what does that mean we do? Okay, so great, it's 10 to the 42, but what does that mean about my number?
And it continues on for an extra 42 spaces.
Well, not 42 places. It means you take this decimal, right? And make it go 42 places to the right. So that add less than 42 spots to the end, but still a lot, right? You guys all tracking with me? So that means move the decimal right 42 places. If that had been a negative 42, then we would move left 42 places, the decimal left 42 places. So we've got to move that decimal to the right 42 places. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 places and I'm to the end of the number. I've got a bunch more to go, right? I'm supposed to move it 42 places. I've only gone 9 places right now. What do I do? We don't know what comes after that, do we? And there's a bunch of stuff that comes after that, right? Because I've only moved, this is only 9 places right now. This is only 9 places to the right. We're supposed to move a total of 42 places to the right. That's what that E42 means. The calculator is saying, hey, this is just the beginning. That's what the calculator is telling you. It's saying, hey, this is just the beginning of this gigantic number. This 9 to the 45th is gigantic. You actually need to move the decimal 42 places to the right. So you move 9 places to the right, you're the end of what you can see. It's kind of like the universe, right? We can see a little bit of our galaxy, but beyond that, we can't see far. But then we know there's a lot more out there. Well, that's kind of like what we're doing with our number. We can move 9 places to the right, but there's a whole bunch more. There's 40. We need to move 42 places more. So we don't know the rest of those digits, do we? We do not know the rest of the digits beyond that, right? We don't know, and there's a bunch more. So in other words, we're not going to be able to figure out the ones digit by using our calculator this way anyway. Does that make sense? So a lot of what I just wanted to do was show you that the calculator cannot do it. Not this way. It's just too big of a number. The calculator cannot show us that last digit. Remember, we need to find the last digit, the ones digit. We need to find that last digit, the ones digit, and the calculator just cannot show us that last digit. It's just too many places. It's 42 places. Calculator screen can only show us like 9 or 10 places. It can't show us 42 places. So it's not going to be able to show us that last spot. So what are we going to do? We've got to somehow find a pattern. That's the power of math and science, is a pattern. So this basically didn't work. It's too big. The number is too gigantic. So we've got to come up with another plan, another way of figuring out what that last digit might be. That ones digit. So here's my suggestion. Sometimes when you have a really hard question, like this is a crazy hard question, 9 to the 45th power, it's like too big basically for our calculator to be able to show us the last spot. What you should do is you should start off with 9 to the first power, then do 9 to the second, 9 to the third, 9 to the fourth, and just see if you see a pattern in the answers. Is that making sense? We'll just do a few of these, 9 to the fifth, 9 to the sixth, and see if we can see a pattern that'll enable us to jump down and go, oh, I get it now, and figure out what the last digit will be for 9 to the 45th. That's a strategy that often works when you have a really difficult question, like, it's just too crazy big, like 9 to the 45th, is just make it simple and see if there's a pattern. So 9 to the 1, that's just 9, isn't it? 9 to the 1 power just means 9. 9 to the 2 power, that means 9 times 9, which is 81. Nine to the third power is 9 times 9 times 9, which is 729. Use your calculator. 9 to the fourth power is something big. 65, 61. 9 to the fifth power. Let's see, multiplied by another 9 is 59,049. 9 to the sixth power, I'll just write the answer is 531,441. Okay, so what good is this doing us? Any ideas?
It switches from 1 to 9.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Remember, we're just looking for the last digit, right? The ones digit. The last digit, so it's just 919191. Yeah, look at that. The one, because we don't care about the rest of the numbers, right? All we care about, all they're asking us for is the ones digit, the last digit, the digit in the ones place. And so, yeah, the digit in the ones place just switches between 9 and 1, 9 and 1, 9 and 1. Okay, so for 9 to the 45th power, it's going to be blah, 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 blah. And then what's the last digit going to be?
9.
How do we know it's 9 and not 1? Good job, it is 9. How do you know?
Because 9 hits the odds every time.
Yeah, everybody see what Omar's observing? Right? Do you see every time we have an odd power, like 1 is an odd power, 3 is an odd power, see how it ends up being a 9? 5 is an odd power, it ends up being a 9 at the back. And that all the even ones, like 2 is even power, it ends up being a 1. 4 is an even power, it ends up being a 1. 6 is an even power, it ends up being a 1. See how all the odds end up with a 1 and all the evens, I'm sorry, all the odds are a 9 and all the evens here are 1s, aren't they? Everybody see that pattern that Omar noticed, right? The odds are 9, the evens are 1. So 45 is odd. So the digit, the last digit has got to be, well, I mean a 9. You're messing up here. 9's got to be a 9, doesn't it? Because all the odds end with a 9. So the answer is, what's the ones digit for 9 to the 45th? It's a 9. It's got to. Look at that. Look how easy it was for us once we looked at the pattern. It's just 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, etc. So every odd power is just going to end with a 9. And so there it is. That's all it takes to wrap up that question. It's all about the pattern.